Call a meeting to order. It's Wednesday, December 18th. It's time for the weekly Board of Works and Safety meeting. It's 9 a.m. Chris is ready to say the pledge. We'll say the Pledge of Allegiance now. Please join me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Roll call, please.
Ron Miller.
Present.
Chris Armstrong.
Here.
Mayor Franklin.
Here. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I've read the minutes of the December 11th meeting as presented, and I would make a motion that we approve them as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. We have approval of claims in the amount of $542,151.18.
I reviewed the claims. I would make a motion we approve as presented the claims in the amount of $542,151.18.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Approval of licenses. There are none for consideration. Are there any visitor comments? Hearing none. Is there any old business? There is none. Under new business, Chris Armstrong has a request.
I would like to move the charity roadblocks that we do from out here at Broadway and 6th to Market Street at the 3rd Street intersection.
Why is that? Can you elaborate just a little bit?
We've had a number of complaints about that they're always in the same location. We've not been able to move them anywhere else because it's been state highway at most of the other intersections with a stoplight. So now that the state has relinquished that area to the city, we can move it to Market Street, and hopefully we'll not have as many negative comments about it being there. Mike Anderson's will be on one side, and then there's a few businesses on the other side, but I just don't think it'll be enough to cause a lot of problems, hopefully. So we would like to move it over there, and hopefully they can have some good roadblocks in that area as well.
Okay, I would make the motion that we approve the request from the Community Development Director to move roadblocks, the charity roadblocks that we allow, down to the location at 3rd and Market instead of 6th and Broadway.
I would second that.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Is there any questions? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. NIPSCO 925 Erie Avenue. Is that you, Bill?
Ron,
Dan?
yeah, Ken, I sent these to Dan, and he had said to put them on here, so
Yes,
I think they know about it.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have visited both locations, and there's only one way of doing it, and that's the way that they have prepared the streets, and I have a good working relationship with them now, and they will restore the streets in the manner they were when they dug them up.
Okay. And you recommend approval of both these requests?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Do you have a duck in your shoe? I would make the motion that we approve the request for a street cut and curb cut at 925 Erie Avenue and 1501 Medlon Avenue.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. The reasons are to install gas service to a home and to customers demolishing a building, so they need to abandon the line at both locations. It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Civic Players have a thank you in here. I'll go ahead and read it. Clerk, thank you for your sponsorship of the 175th anniversary show for the city of Logansport, Worth of a City. As described, the city's whole page ad was 8.5 by 11. Again, out thanks for making this show affordable to the citizens of Logansport and Cass County. Okay, we will acknowledge that. I don't know that we need a vote, but it's in there, and we acknowledge receipt of the letter. Resolution 2013-02. This is encumbrances. You'll notice we usually do this once a year, and it's usually near the end of December. Department heads manage their budget. We give them a lot of flexibility, and they, at the time the budget is put together, it's almost 18 months out. So 18 months ago, this budget was developed, and there are many times throughout the year that expenses occur that weren't expected, and then other times, because of the frugalness of the department heads, they're able to save money and trim their budget expenses from time to time. This is money that is basically left over at the end of the year that can be redirected towards another use at another point in the year. So these encumbrances are something that takes place ever since I've been involved in city government, and that goes back a few years. But you have the request in front of you. It spells out where the money comes from and what the money will be, what it's intended to be used for after January 1st of 2014. So if there's any questions, we would entertain those now. Is there any discussion?
I have none. I'd make a motion that we approve resolution 2013-02.
Second.
The motion's been made and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Reports. We have building commissioner first. Bill.
Good morning, everyone. I had submitted my report for your review. If you have any questions to that report, I would certainly respond to those. I have nothing to add to the report this week.
I make a motion we accept the building department report as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. It looks like the code enforcement officer took last week off. He doesn't have anybody here before us today.
Nope. Merry Christmas, Dan.
Thank you. Anything you would like to add to your report?
No.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the code enforcement officer's report.
Second.
Looks good. Thank you very much. It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
I respectfully submit my report for the Public Works Department for the City of Logansport. Hopefully you have time to thumb through it. It's a very busy time. We're learning more and more how to plow snow and pick up trees at the same time. So I would like to commend my staff. They have been, one day they worked 11 hours in a row, and they really have stepped up. We have three new drivers that have never plowed snow before, and we lost some good people by retirement, and we're training them, and it's good that they're learning on the job. We've had some complaints, but we do go out and take care of them, and I would ask the residents to give us some leeway, and the next time it snows, we'll do a better job.
I make a motion that we accept the report from the Department of Public Works as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Any questions for Dan? Been moved and properly seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass on a vote of 3-0. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Chief of Police. No report from the Chief. He was extremely busy. I know he put in about a 21-hour day 2 days ago. So he's excused from making any kind of report today. It's certainly understandable. Fire Chief Mark Strong.
Good morning. Got my report there for November. Calls were down just a little bit, which is good. Fire Prevention Bureau is doing a good job. Any questions or Still no ambulance.
Give us an update on that, the ambulance?
I got an email that the ambulance had a recall on the motor or something, and they have it in getting repaired right now and hope to have us to us by the first of the year, the way I understood.
Okay. We'll keep tracking that. Please keep me informed. I'd make the motion that we accept the fire department's report as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Parks Department, Jan did contact me and was not going to be here today. Are there any board member comments? Hearing none. Miscellaneous business, including ADA Section 504 compliance and concerns, or any other matters not already considered? Hearing none. And we have a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.